Article 15 of the Constitution generally deals on prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, or any one of them. And regarding that also, there would be a discussion regarding the very first Constitutional Amendment Act of 1951, which specially provided that the state could not be prevented on its actions regarding legislation or making special provisions for advancement of any socially and economically backward classes of citizens, and also for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. And the next constitutional amendment, that the constitutional 93rd Amendment Act 2005, it provided that the state could make any provision regarding the very socially, economically, socially and educationally backward classes of citizens, or for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, insofar as these special provisions relates to admission to educational institutions, including private educational institutions, whether they are aided or unaided. And the last most important constitutional amendment, that is relating to Constitution's 103rd Amendment Act 2009, which made special provisions as per the, the provision of this very article. State shall not be prevented for making special provisions for advancement of any economically weaker section of citizens other than those socially and economically or socially or educationally backward classes of citizens or scheduled caste and scheduled tribe population. And besides that also, it would not prevent the state from making any special provisions regarding the very admission of those economically weaker sections of citizens into educational institutions, including private educational institutions, whether they are aided or not aided. And all these developments are regarding prohibition of discrimination, and in relation to that also certain kind of legitimate protection that is provided under this very article. And as relate to these special protections given to these socially, educationally backward classes, also to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe citizens of the country. And besides that also special protections or provisions are given to these socially, educationally backward classes, also to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes regarding their admission into state run educational institutions, also to into private educational institutions, whether they are aided or unaided. And the last important constitutional amendment, which is 103 or 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act, which was enacted in 2009, It provided that state could make special provisions for the education economically weaker sections of the citizens and for their admission into educational institutions run by state or even to private educational institutions, whether they are aided or unaided. So, in this particular field, the very purpose of this article and Article 16 is that economically weaker sections shall be such as may be notified by the state from time to time on the basis of family income and other indicators of economic disadvantages. And if you go to the very explanation of Article 15, we found the very purpose is to promote the educational advancement of the socially and educationally backward classes of citizens, the other backward classes or the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe in matter of admission of students belonging to these categories in unaided educational institutions other than minority educational institutions as referred to in clause 1 of article 30 of the constitution. In Article 15, Clause 5 has been inserted after Clause 4. The new Clause 5 shall enable the Parliament as well as the state legislatures to make appropriate laws for the purpose mentioned above. So, this very article, which is otherwise called Prohibition of Discrimination on the Grounds of Religion, Race, Caste, Sex, or Place of Birth, or any one of them, also provide certain protection not only to the socially and educationally backward classes or scheduled caste, scheduled tribe populations, also to the economically weaker sections of the citizens, and in regarding to that, special provisions could be made by the state to remove such discrimination, not only in regarding to socially and educationally those who are backward, even to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe population, so also to those citizens who are falling under economically weaker sections of the society, and besides that the state could provide for their admission into state run educational institutions, so also into private run educational institutions, and those private run educational institutions, either they are aided or unaided, are bound to take admit all the students who belong to socially and educationally backward classes, also scheduled caste and scheduled tribe students, so also those students who belongs to the weaker, economically weaker sections of the society, and regarding that it provided that the state for this purpose will notified economically weaker sections by the state from time to time on the basis of family income and other indicators of economic disadvantage. So, in our upcoming video, we will discuss all those areas which relates to discrimination, and as regarding the very provision relating to prohibition of discrimination, and also the very provisions to promote equality among all citizens by providing state protection, and that state protection of discrimination would only aim at to remove inequality and to bring and establish an egalitarian society in India. So that we will discuss in our upcoming video.